Oh.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
Standing behind you.
Oh my god.
Get out right now. The heck? Something just went from here.
I feel right now.
Seeing what you saw something. Do you feel okay?
It wasn't real.
Hello friends, welcome to Paranormal Rabbit. If you're returning, it's nice to see you. If you're new, welcome. On this channel we discuss all kinds of things. Not just paranormal, but, well, paranormal, aliens, cryptids, all kinds of things. If you want to see something, write a comment down below, let me know, and I'll do my best to get it up there. Today we start the fourth and final installment of the Aokigahara Forest series. It's very interesting. Are you ready? Okay, let's go.
You see the writing on the wall. See it now, do you see it at all? Caught in a web of lies, tangled so tight. That's like a window here in the night. Look at your reflection, truth so thin. Can't hide behind that crooked grin. We see through you like shattered glass. Deceitful days can't forever last. Cecil, can you hear the voices calling out? Truth gonna break you, take away your doubt. No more hiding, no more disguise. Watch the truth burn, look in your eyes.
There was a resident I'll call Marion. He was an elective mute, which simply means that he couldn't talk, but there were no pathological findings as to why. He had spoken earlier in his life, and it had in fact seemed quite normal back then, with the notable exception of being close to 7 feet tall. After boot camp, he was stationed somewhere in the south. One night, he just vanished. It was declared AWOL for years, and finally he was declared missing as dead. 10 years later, a 7-foot-tall man walked into our hospital emergency room and said to the receptionist, "My name is Marion, and I've been dead for 10 years." Covered with dust and wearing the same clothes he'd been reported to be wearing the night he vanished. His social security number had not been used, and he had no ID. However, they were able to identify him via fingerprints. He was well fed and in good health, except for his refusal to speak. The family was notified, but they said they had already grieved their lost man, and whoever was claiming to be him simply could not be. They said he was a haint and a stand-in for their dead relative and demanded not to be contacted again. Marion paced all day, every day, not in a frantic way, but just lumbering up and down the halls and outside. He smiled all the time and be moving his mouth in a way that indicated talking or muttering, but he was dead silent. He had an unnerving habit of throwing his head back with his mouth wide open, as if he were laughing heartily, but not even a breath could be heard. If told to go to the dining room for a meal, he would go and eat. If nobody told him, he just kept pacing, never indicating hunger. If offered a cigarette, he would smoke in an oddly formal way, almost delicately, if that makes sense, but he never seemed to crave smoking. The man wanted nothing. If I talked to him, he appeared to listen periodically, throwing his head back in that laughter-mimicking way of his. There was nothing to do for this man. Various medications were tried. They did not affect him either positively or negatively. On my last day at the job, on my way to something better, the last thing I saw was Marion, pacing in the parking lot, throwing his head back to laugh.
Flickering white lights over here.
Yes?
There. Gone now with the red light. They were there. Gone now.
What color?
Flickering white light.
White. That's the way that you went.
I mean, I see my tape. It's not my tape.
No, you don't have a light.
kind of see it as a candlelight, but it was like little flickers of white light.
Here to speak to whatever Elton communicated with, whoever is here. What is your name?
Where are you from? And how old were you when you last visited here?
I heard 300.
Stop it.
I heard
Are you a
300.
positive or a negative spirit?
Negative.
Message that you want us to know.
We're getting responses on each one of these
What do you
questions.
call yourself? Are you a being? Are you a spirit? Were you a person at one point? Can you tell us anything about yourself?
What are your feelings about people like us coming to visit here and to interact with you? Is this something you enjoy? Is this something you don't like?
Has anybody come in to this forest in the last week, at least where we are right now?
Do you have more
Yes.
energy
Straight yes.
during the nighttime? Is this something you enjoy? Is this something you don't like?
Has anybody come in to this forest in the last week, at least where we are right now?
Do you have more
Yes.
That was a
energy
straight yes.
during when the sun comes up? Do you go away?
I'm here to get something off my chest that's been haunting me since last week. I recently joined a coven. I was excited to explore my newfound interest in the occult and learn from experienced practitioners. We gathered in this dimly lit room, surrounded by flickering candles and the scent of incense. It felt normal and what I sort of expected. The atmosphere was charged with energy
Ha!
Stop it.
as we prepared for the ritual.
Are you serious?
I was nervous but excited, ready to embrace the mysteries of magic. As the ceremony began, I watched in awe as my fellow coven members chanted incantations and invoked ancient deities.
No way.
So they're on the 41st story, I think, of this ritual. And some, if not most of the stories so far are reflecting what they are doing. And if all of these stories were taken from the internet at random, placed into a box at random, taken out of the box at random, chosen by the readers at random, that's quite a coincidence. And, you know, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe there are no coincidences. Things always happen for a reason. What do you think about this whole ritual thing? Write in the comment down below. I'd like to know your opinion. Okay.
Everything seemed to be going according to plan until one of the women, let's call her Alara, stepped forward. Alara raised a dagger to her eye, and before I could even comprehend what was happening, she made a deep incision, drawing blood. I recoiled in horror as it trickled down her cheek, staining her skin. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. This wasn't the kind of magic I had signed up for. This was dark, twisted, and utterly terrifying. What chilled me to the bone was the way the other members of the coven reacted. They didn't flinch or protest. Instead, they continued their chants and with unwavering focus, as if Alara's self-inflicted wound was just another step in the ritual. I wanted to run, I wanted to scream, but feet rooted me to the spot, trapping me in a nightmare of blood and darkness. When the ceremony finally came to an end, I stumbled out of the room in a daze, my mind reeling with questions and doubts. I hadn't been back to another Coven meeting since. The memory of that night still haunts me. I don't know if I'll ever find the courage to return, but one thing's for sure. I'll never
from
forget.
here, if you could tell us what direction to go, left and right. Again, I don't even know.
So, dowsing rods. When I was a kid, we used dowsing rods to find water. But I guess like anything else, they could be a tool, allowing you to answer things. Do they make an effective tool for spirit communication? I want to know your thoughts down below. And modern technology as opposed to older technology. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, let's go.
Do we deviate off the path, or do we keep going straight?
Something's wrong.
What's wrong?
Okay, stop here for a second.
Did you hear that?
No, what?
I heard a... Was that you that whispered next to my ear? Was that you that went...
Person left. Okay, let's stop here for a second.
Did you hear that?
No, what?
I heard a...
Recording.
Yes, our cameras are recording, so hopefully it got that noise. Again, I'm going to ask you to point us in the direction to go. If you could point one of these rods in the direction. Otherwise, we will keep continuing on the ground.
Just sakes. Mushy, yeah.
Am I dead?
Ooh, who?
Oh, that's a heavy one.
Who are you?
This evening, my husband was coming up to pick me up from late class. It's extremely foggy out, so not many cars were on the road. However, one car seemed to be hovering right next to him. They stopped at a light, and he got the sense that a person in this car was watching him. He turned his head to look at the woman in the car, and her body was twisted towards him. She started staring directly into his eyes. She had an eerie smile on her face. Probably could have brushed it off, except that woman in the car was me. The exact same thing happened again the next 3 lights before she turned. He said it looked exactly like me. He was sure it was, except I definitely was not on the road and it wasn't my car. He shook. He's a pretty solid dude, and he was shaking and in tears.
Doppelganger. I've heard stories about doppelgangers, and if the stories are not good. Some people say that if you meet your doppelganger face to face, it's like positive and negative meeting, and they annihilate each other. Have you ever seen your doppelganger? Do you know you have a doppelganger? Everybody's got a doppelganger. In a different time, space, universe. Yeah, that's stuff we're going to get into later on the channel sometime. But for now, let me know your thoughts. And have you ever had a camera that had autofocus on it, and it just all of a sudden, out of no reason, started to focus on something that you couldn't see? I've seen that a few times. What do you think? Could be.
Our guardian, are you currently battling the negative energy that is forcing any
anything upon us.
Standing behind you.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I literally heard something that was like behind us, and it's
Was it our guardian? Was it the evil entity? Or something else? Okay. Our guardian, can you tell us if we are going the right way, or were you trying to take us off the path? Our guardian, are you currently battling the negative energy that is forcing
Correct.
anything upon
correct.
us? Standing behind you. Oh my god, dude, you know what's crazy? I literally heard something. Oh my god, dude, you know what's crazy?
Nothing.
So there you go. Not sure how I would react, but maybe there is a guardian on the trail. It's quite a, thinking about the whole forest. Think of the sadness that must be there, the downright heaviness of the whole place. People go there to end their lives, which is quite sad. It's not a place where I would want to stay for long. So let me know what your thoughts are about the whole series. Write the comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, there we go. So remember, the next one is the last one. I need your ideas on what to do next. I have a friend who's going to be over here sometime soon, and maybe I can convince her to go with me to some graveyards. She's a medium or a seer. She sees things. She's very in tune with everything that's around her. I know it's real because there's things that she's done that have directly affected me. So yes, I know it's real. So maybe that's what I'll do. I'll do maybe we'll go on a little journey around here. Again, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll see you soon.